Hello viewers. So far we have seen in the module 8 advanced query concept about the store procedures in the 8.1. Then we saw the 8.2 transactions. Let us just see 8.3 the functions. Okay, now let us just understand about the module number 8.3.2, which is the system functions for the date and time. Okay, now what are the SQL Server given date and time functions we want to understand is by default the date and time is the data type that we would like to see. So the by default function we will use for that is the get date function, and that will basically by doing the casting onto that, it will provide us the date and the time part out of that particular get date function from the get date function. Then we will use the date part function. Within the date part function we can get the day, we can get the months, we can get the year from a particular date that is passed to it. Okay, then we will use the date add function. Date add function does what? It just keeps on adding as many days you would like to add to the current date, as many months you won't like to add to the current date, then it will add up the month, and then year if you would like to add into the current date by the increment over here. Okay, so that many number of years will be added into the current date. Okay, then there is a date difference function. What this date difference function will do is it will check the difference between the two dates, whatever you will pass as an input to that. So here the date difference could be checked in the form of days, or it could be checked in the form of months, or maybe in the form of years also. You can check the difference between the two dates. Okay, likewise there is the last function which is here is end of month. Say like every month will have the last day to it. Right now if you want to prepare a kind of a calendar, maybe using this date functions, right, then you might need to get the last day for a particular month, right? So how can you get that? You just need to pass that particular column within this function called EO month, and within that you will pass the particular column name. Here we are passing the get date. Get date is what will give it to me is it will just give me the current day with the timestamp value HHMMSS on SS second microsecond, right? Like that it will give me the values for that. So that is the use of end of month. Okay, so all of these are the defined values that we would like to see. Let us just execute and understand and see what is the result coming out of that. All right, so as we saw, the casting happens based on the get date for a particular date part of it we want to fetch, right? So from the entire date we are fetching only the date part of it. Now in the second column we wanted to fetch only the time part from the get date function. So what is the time part of it is this, right? So it has fetched date and then the time. Now in the date part what we would like to fetch is the day part of it. So what is the day? What is the particular weekday, right, for a particular date in that case, right? So say like not a weekday but the month-wise day, right? So what is the month-wise day is like the say like the 4th of January, suppose. Say here what is the date here, 4th of January, right? So that is what is given over here. The first part is the day, then comes the month part, which is the first month like January month, and then the year part of it, which is the 2026, correct? So all the three part, day, month, and then year, all three of these functions are giving us the same value. Okay, all three of these. Then we would like to see about the date add function. Date add will do what? Add one day to the current date. Current date is 4th of January, so add one more day to it will be 5th of January, right? So that is what we are seeing here, 2026 January 5th. Okay, the time will remain same, time part will not change. Maybe the microseconds or the second part or the minute part might change, but the rest of the things will remain same. Only the date part will have the one day added to it. Okay, Likewise, there will be month change. Say you want to add one more month to the current date. So current month is January. Instead of using the January month, it will start to consider the February month. Day will remain same, which is 4th of February 2026. Okay. Now, if you do not want to use the increment into the month, you would like to change the next year. So you want to add one more year to the current year, so which is 2027, right? If we add 1 to the 2026, so then the date will become 4th January 2027, right? Next year. Then the date difference function what we are using here, the difference we want to see it in the days. So we are passing the first argument as get date, which is the current date, and then the next argument we are passing is by adding one more day to the current date, which is the next date. So today's date and tomorrow's date. So difference between these two date will be whatever the days is the difference. Okay, so in that case we have the difference of 1 day because we are adding one more day to it. For that reason, now in the case of month, how many months we want to add up over here, which is one more again. So in this case also the date difference in months will be 1 because we are adding only 1 month to it. Likewise, in the case of year, we are adding one more year to that current year. That is why it is giving me the same number as 1 only. Okay, the date difference. Okay, then the last function is EO month, end of month. So current month is January. What is the date? 4th of January right now, right? So what is the last day of this current month is 31st of January 2026. That is what this function will give me. Okay, now we would like to see the different date formats as per the respective region wise. Maybe say like you are in a particular region of a country or a particular region of a particular you want a particular format date, right? So in that case there are different date formats given by the SQL Server. So these all are the different formats we would like to see it for that, right? So first of all, the function we would like to use for that is the convert function. Convert function will do what? It will basically convert my current date, which is given by the getDate function to me. It will convert the current date into the varchar of 10 characters. Okay, it will convert the date into the character string of 10 characters. Then it will apply the format of 101. Now 101 is what kind of format? It is representing mm/dd/YYYY. That is how the format of 101 number is. Then there is another format which is 102. 102 will give me what kind of date format? It will give me the year part of it, then period, then month, then period, then day. Okay, that is how in this format it will give me the date. Okay, then the third part is 103, which is dd/mm/YYYY. Okay, likewise fourth one will give me date, then period, month, then period, then year part of it. 105 will give me what? Date, then hyphen, month, then hyphen, year. Okay, then we just have to come directly onto the 110. 110 will give me what? dd-mms-yyyyy for that. Okay, so let me just run all of this together to see and show you. All right, so here there is a difference in the case of this one. Actually, here there is a first column as month and second column as day, and then the last column as year part of it. Okay, 110. So this is like 101, this is 102, then 103, 104, 105, right? Up to this 105 is there. So 105 dd hyphen mm hyphen yyyy, and then 110, this one, right, which will have the month part first and then the day part of it. This is first month, then day, because January is the month, right? And then the day is 4th January. Here it was first, the 4th January was first, and then the month was there, right? So day, month, year. Here it is month, day, and year. Okay, hyphen is there similarly. Then in the case of 111, the format is changing again, yyyy forward slash mm, then day. Okay. Then the 112, what will be the format for that? There will be no separator in between, directly year, month, and date. Okay. So here is what we are seeing, 2026, first is the month and then the 4th is the day. Then the last one, which is 120. 120 is yyyy hyphen mm, means month, and then the date. So which is 2026 January, 4th is the day, right? So that is how we will see to the date functions. All right. So hope you understood the date functions together with this, and thank you. Happy learning.